off me! Ah! Davy? No! That was a good start, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the best, man. That was a remix.
It is a morning show, and I'm having a coffee.
Sunday morning.
But first, coffee. How many other fucking annoying sayings are there like that about coffee?
Coffee, that one. Is that the same one?
Famous saying. No, but first, coffee. And it says it on the wall of every cutesy... You know what I mean?
Coffee store. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Mate, I struggle.
What are the ones?
I struggle without coffee in the morning, I'll be honest, but at the moment I'm out. I only have a decaf.
Really?
Yeah, and it's messing me up a little bit,
There you
dude.
go.
It's messing me up a little bit.
How long ago? How long ago did you start doing that?
God, I think I ran out of coffee probably this time last week.
Okay.
And obviously the guys at Foundation are amazing and they send coffee. But I think they might have made a mistake because the last couple of boxes that they've sent are the beans and I can't grind them. So I have tried with the cheese grater, giving them a bit of a grind, but it don't work. I don't have a...
Have you actually tried? Is that what happened?
No, I'm joking. I was that desperate for coffee that I'm like trying to shave them down.
Just like hammer them, maybe individually hammer them.
That could work, eh?
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that might be. Quite
if
nice.
It's really coming to it, then maybe it might be a nice idea.
So yeah, they sent a couple of boxes, and unfortunately, it's just the beans. So one of the ones that wasn't beans was decaf. So I've been on the decaf a little bit, which is nice.
He's been on the decaf. Nice. I've got to say, I really like having one in the morning, but I don't really care if I don't.
Really?
But if I do like maybe a day without, then I just get a headache.
Yeah.
And that is that's how far my coffee addiction goes.
It's a reliability though, isn't it? Which is kind of scary. I remember cutting it out a few years ago fully, and it was pretty bad for the first week or so. But then,
what is that? Is that a chemical addiction? If you get a headache after you stop having coffee, let's look it up. Wish Benny was here; he could fucking look it up.
Yeah, where is Benny? Come on, shout!
No, he's having a lie-in, isn't he? Clearly,
Ben Z doesn't do Sunday mornings apparently.
Yeah, I tell you what, I saw it at a party last night. He's swanning around the party last night. Yeah, he's swanning around, and now he can't make it out of bed.
Oh, do you think he's swanning around with some sort of new swagger, like he's a producer and he's like the man that pulls the strings?
I kept hearing him introduce himself as a producer, yeah.
Did you?
I'm a producer, you know. He didn't say Hollywood, but it had that vibe about it.
Yeah, I heard he's getting his teeth done soon.
Yeah, I heard so as well, yeah.
He's going for the old whiteness, white and a bit of filler in the old cheeks.
He's having filler, and then he's going to have like a tan as well, a fake tan.
It would suit him, I think.
Right, that's how long. That's how long it took me to just write caffeine withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah,
this is why we need Benny, man.
We do. We need him. We're lost without the lad.
Oh, there you go. Number 1, headache.
Yeah, had it. Tick.
Yeah. Number 2. Number 2, fatigue.
Fatigue, really? Yeah, that'll make sense. That'll add up.
Makes sense. Anxiety.
Right.
Caffeine is a stimulant that increases heart rate, blood pressure, and stress hormones, cortisol, and epinephrine.
Epinephrine. I feel like there's a middle ground with that, because you can go too much coffee gives me anxiety.
Yeah, it makes you feel jittery and anxious,
but not enough obviously does the same thing. So there's a fine balance there.
While consuming caffeine can cause feelings of anxiousness, cutting it out can cause this side effect as well.
They got you really right. It's the perfect business model.
It is,
you're fucked if you do and fucked if you don't.
It is. Difficulty concentrating. I can't say I struggle with that. Depressed mood.
Yeah, maybe.
Irritability. How many fucking things are on this list? Tremors. Jesus. Low energy. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Sorry.
Wow. Makes sense. Does make sense, man. Like I say, I struggle without it in the morning, but I'm trying my best. I'm on this at the moment. This looks quite posh, but it's really not.
A decaf.
What's
that then?
That's a matcha latte.
Nice.
Matcha latte.
Nice.
It's a nice replacement. But yeah.
They are nice. That's a fancy sounding drink, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit Sam Reynolds, this, isn't it?
What's the most fancy drink you've ordered
ever? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Fanciest drink ever.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I'm trying to think. Fanciest drink ever.
You
know, it's not fancy, but what I actually enjoy. But it's one of those ones that certain bar staff will give you a strange look if you order it. Two of them, actually. So I used to drink Malibu and lemonade. That was my thing.
Really? Malibu and lemonade?
Yeah, that was when I used to go out.
It does sound nice.
Yeah, because it tastes like candy floss. It tastes like... No, it tastes like cream soda. Because it's really...
Can't be good for you, though, eh? That's like a...
No.
Pretty brutal combination of things.
Malibu and lemonade. I really like Malibu and lemonade. Again, because it just tastes like sweets. And then I also often order, when I drink, I'd go for a Guinness with black. So with black currant. And again, that's like it's a sort of ladies' Guinness, I think.
It's like you're taking the menu and then you're just changing it because you know more. You know what I mean?
Almost, yeah. And you know where that came from? That actually came from one of our favourite podcasters, Brendan Sharp, who came to the UK, went to Ireland to do a show, and heard someone, because he didn't know what to order in a pub, heard a girl order Guinness and black and was like, "Oh, I'll have a Guinness and black," and then really liked it because it tastes like black wine gums to me. It's like it tastes like black currant, but also with the Guinness you're getting the iron and you're getting all of the actual nice things that's in Guinness.
I'm going to be honest.
Shout out Guinness. Feel free to send some Guinness.
I find Guinness tough.
Do you? I think any
I
more
don't
than
understand
one,
that flavour.
That's the problem.
Really, yeah.
So
what sort of drink is it?
What is it? What is Guinness?
Is that like fucking Bovril? Yeah, it might be. We might have got to the bottom of it. It might be Bovril.
Could be, couldn't it? Could be Bovril, just with a little bit more sort of seasoning.
Yeah.
I don't know what Guinness is, but...
Right, let's look it up.
Yeah, all right.
Benny had his work cut out here, and yeah.
God, he's left us hanging, hasn't he? He's just there in bed in his massive house. No doubt got the heating on.
Mattress. Yeah. Right,
corduroy bed sheets.
Oh, I learnt this last night as well, actually, what dry means. Because dry, to me, dry means no liquid.
Mm.
And it always really confused me when a liquid has a description of dry. Do you know what it means?
No, but I'm thinking of something straight away. But I'm
like
really
a dry gin.
Yeah, so what does that mean? No liquid? Is it just a glass? Nothing in it?
No, all it actually means, apparently, is no bubbles.
I didn't know that. Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know, right? I found that funny. So when people are like, oh, it's a dry white wine, it must mean zero bubbles.
I thought it was the actual, like the taste almost, like the...
I know, but like how can a fucking liquid be dry?
It's fair.
You know?
I feel like after a sip of dry white wine, you'd have like a bit of a sort of sticky palate. It wouldn't be so moist. It'd just be like a dry.
Oh, is that so?
That's what I.
Well, mate, I could have been wrong. This is like repeating something that I heard at a party. It's not exactly.
Okay, let's find out. Are you on the Google machine again?
I am on the Google machine. I'm
right.
filling in for Benny here. Yeah.
God.
Last one was what is Guinness. Now what am I looking up again?
Hey, what is dry white wine?
Describing
and this is something
liquid as dry. How annoying is it, right? When you get when you ask someone to search something.
Yeah.
You know, like people that don't understand Google, for instance. So, like, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't want to pick on my mum, but I feel like hasn't even happened. But I feel like if I said to her, "Mum, quickly look up what Guinness is made out of,"
yeah,
I feel like it would be frustrating. She'd like talk to Google as if it's like a person in a.
Why don't you try it and see what the results are?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Though you look over her shoulder and it'd be like, "Hello, out of interest, could you please tell me what the Guinness is comprised of?" instead of just Guinness ingredients. You know what I mean? When you like,
I wonder how the Gen Zs do that. I bet they do it.
Yeah,
They probably
exactly.
do the Siri thing. I never use that ever. I don't know why.
what's that?
They probably just ask the phone. Like you're doing
Oh,
the
Siri,
typing it in,
yeah,
aren't you?
yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
the Gen Z
Oh
might.
yeah, good point.
They might go
So you
straight
just go
to Alexa.
Guinness
Or,
ingredients
yeah,
in your two-way.
Yeah. yeah. So this is an interesting one then. So what is dry cleaning? Because surely that needs water to.
What the fuck is dry cleaning,
What the
dude?
fuck is dry cleaning? So how do you clean things
Do you want me
without
to do
water?
that now as well?
Well, I've just done it behind the scenes on my Google box.
Oh, you're the fucking... So you make way less of a hoo-ha about it. I'm like... Bloody...
Yeah. So actually, dry cleaning, it still does involve liquid, but clothes are instead soaked in a water-free liquid solvent, which is called tetrachloroethene. Wow, it's a long word. Probably shouldn't wash your clothes in it if you can't say it, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
No.
Doesn't sound like they get it.
So it's basically just solvents. It's just solvents that they wash clothes in, rather than just water.
But, so, what does that mean? Like, they soak them in solvents?
Because you do get that smell in a dry cleaners. It's like a very distinct smell, don't you? Which is like... Have you ever been in a dry cleaners? Do you have those down south?
Mate, I tell you what, I've never been in dry cleaners, no.
Maybe not. There's a specific smell that you get from dry cleaning. And it must probably be this stuff.
It's got to be.
Yeah, using...
Yeah,
there's another word for it, which is perchlorethene. Which is non-flammable, commonly referred to as perk. Get a bit of the old perk in there, you know what I mean? Or PCE. Yeah,
you know what?
Invented in the 1930s.
I had once, I was in Weybridge, right? I had a new pair of jeans on. I was working on a building site. I was on a big petrol angle grinder cutting a steel. All the sparks going. I'm in my new pair of jeans. It's winter. It's cold. I've got long johns on. I'm a big fan of long johns. I use them a lot. I thoroughly enjoy them.
Right.
I actually did last week's show with long johns on, and no one knew.
Wow.
Because you only see waist up.
Yeah.
I got I'm into the long johns.
Yeah.
It's like someone's hugging your legs all day long.
I'll send you some nice ones, dude. We got some nice Saks ones.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Yeah.
I'd be hyped on that.
They are the dream.
I really would. I love a long john.
They are
and
the
I
dream.
love Saks.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
We should announce the...
Oh yeah, we did the competition. Yeah, we'll do it after.
Yeah, we'll do it after this fantastic story. So I've got Kermit the Frog long johns on, and I'm in the middle of this really expensive street cutting me steels in my new jeans. The jeans, you know, you get like bits of the metal flying off.
Yeah.
Started like smouldering a small hole, so I've like tapped it out. And then before I know it, it's just like whole fucking leg's gone up. And I'm there with my friend Matt. We're both labouring for the same builder at the time, and he's just like crying, laughing. This is like exactly his favourite sort of thing to happen. I'm on fire. I've ripped the jeans off. Like I'm not like dancing, dude. Ripped the jeans off, and my Kermit the Frog long johns have like melted to my leg hair. You know, like all plastic, all melted to my leg hair. And I'm in the street in the middle of the street. A busy residential street, and I'm just in my long johns with a set of jeans on fire. And then I looked into it afterwards. This is the point of my story, and they cover jeans with a flammable liquid when they're new. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
So,
No. What all
so
jeans?
if you got a new set of jeans,
Yeah.
apparently, yeah. If you got a new set of jeans, then they're often flammable.
How interesting. How
Yeah.
interesting. Didn't know that, man.
I mean, dude, you know your boy's wearing the Primanis at this stage. So maybe it's just the lower end jeans.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it probably is. Are jeans? Let me just do a quick Google box. Are jeans flammable?
I mean, jeans are flammable.
Yes. All natural and synthetic fibres commonly used in apparel and home furnishing fabrics are flammable. There's a whole thing about this, about having these sort of chemicals in your house, which is a rabbit hole that is quite interesting.
Which sort of chemicals? The chemicals that are on jeans?
Yeah, all the non-flammable sort of coatings that they put on sofas and bed sheets and bedding and mattresses and stuff like that. Because in theory, you just lay on it naked skin like all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably quite sort of not good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always wonder that when people walk around with glass bottles. I always wonder how much, really, if you go through life drinking solely through. I also kind of think that all the pipes. So you fit. Hold on. So you're the person that only drinks from the glass bottle. Do they fill up their water bottle from the tap?
Usually, I'd say, yeah. Why? Yeah.
So, like, all of the mains.
Who's running? What do you mean glass bottle? You mean like a reusable
Have you ever
bottle?
seen?
Like a sustainable
Yeah,
bottle?
like a reusable bottle, which I get, but then having it glass because it doesn't have any of the plastics.
Oh, right, yeah.
Microplastics.
Yeah.
But then I swear that all our mains water system is in plastic pipes.
True, yeah, there is that. But also, there's a lot of stuff in mains water which is really bad, isn't there?
So what the fuck are you meant to do? You're meant to get a filter.
You're
meant to get a water
or boil
filter.
it first, and then.
Do you think there's anyone in the world who's noticed any difference between? I know I'm a cynic, dude, but do you reckon anyone's ever drunk that and been like, oh, that's better?
I'd say.
Do you think they've?
I'm going to go out on a whim here.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good water tester, I think. I got a good palate for water. I do.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, because I drink a lot of water because of having
Yeah.
the issue with my, it's one of them, liver or kidney, I always forget. So I drink a lot of water.
Try and remember.
Which
Try
one
and
is
remember
it that processes water? I think it's kidney, isn't it? It might be liver.
Do I know, dude?
I don't know. I always forget. It's one of those things that I just can't get. It's gone. So it's one of those.
I'm the same. I don't know which one of my eyes is which colour, and when you tell someone that, they're like, how the fuck do you not know?
That'll be
But obviously
confusing
only
though
ever
if you look
seen-
in a mirror.
Yeah, I always only ever see in a mirror.
Yeah, you
And then
do.
you have to work it out. You have to like touch one or the other to work out which one it is.
Yeah,
And
so the liver,
ultimately, I don't care.
the liver kidney thing's like, I don't know, but
No, I fully get you. Yeah.
But so I drink a lot of water, and I drink a lot of water in usually a lot of different places, and I'm pretty good at it. I can be like, that's nice, that's good water, that's bad water. The difference between the water at my house and my parents' house, my mum's house, is really.
Is it quite dry?
It's dry water up there, but it is different. Like it obviously comes from a different spot.
Yeah.
When we were just in Wales in that cabin, the water was amazing, but that was filtered, and that was amazing. Like it tastes insane. There's that. It was on that show as well, that Darren O'Leon show that he did with Zac Efron on Netflix. They did it. They were testing water, and one of them was like super expensive, and they were like, actually, yeah, it's nicer. It's better. It's a lot. Yeah. I don't know how you describe water, but yeah.
No, I also love water. My favourite way to drink water is from the tap. That's the best, because then you can just jet it down your throat and it's like, boom, done.
Yeah.
None of this
carrying stuff around malarkey.
Oh, nightmare, because once you carry it here, I've got to carry it back now, and that's another job on the list. Nightmare. I've just Googled hard water and soft water. So do you know if you live in a hard water or a soft water area?
I'm going to say it's probably soft, but I don't know, because I have had certain bad water. Like Sweden.
You're going to say it's soft without knowing what soft means, though?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm just going to go for it, yeah.
Okay. Hard water is water that contains an appreciable quantity of dissolved minerals like calcium and magnesium. Soft water is treated water in which the only ion is sodium.
Right.
As rainwater falls, it is naturally soft. However, as water makes its way through the ground into our waterways, it picks up minerals like chalk, lime, and mostly calcium and magnesium, and then it becomes hard water. Since hard water contains essential minerals, it's sometimes the preferred drinking water, not only because of the health benefits, but also the flavour. On the other hand, soft water tastes salty and is sometimes not suitable for drinking. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
But there's no better or worse really from that. I don't really get much from that.
No, I think you just got to have various all the time.
Hard and
because
soft.
Just have it hard and soft. I think if you were only drinking, you've got to only drink tap water as well. I feel like, because once you go down the bottled water thing, I feel like you've just been hustled.
Oh, what? As in, yeah, I know.
You know, like Buxton,
putting it in the fridge.
You know, Buxton water. That's not far away from me. And they have so wherever water comes out of the ground, as far as I'm aware, there's a spring.
Yeah.
And that spring is almost, what would you call it? It's not open source, but basically anyone as like a sort of law, has access to
they
it.
keep it public, do they?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's public's the word. There you go.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can go down there and you can get that water.
Open source.
Yeah, open source. So you can go down there and get it from the spring. They've just got a tap and you fill up your bottles or whatever. Yeah.
So I guess that would be hard water if it's come through the ground.
Mate, it's northern, hard as fuck. Yeah, go on.
It's hard as fuck.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
It's Buxton fucking water.
Get it down the neck.
There you go.
I don't know. Did you notice that James Stewart started a podcast?
Yes, I did. I haven't heard it yet. I'm saving it.
I listened to it last night, actually.
What do you mean it's okay?
It's okay. I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get better, dude. And I was thinking about it while I was listening to it. So if you go back and listen to the first or watch the first of anything, it'll grow, it'll adapt. So obviously James is quite late to this podcast space as well in a way, and he does explain a little bit about why they're doing it, which I don't quite understand, to be honest with you. I don't know why he's doing it.
What did he say then?
Basically that he just felt like they had to, like, just because everyone else is doing one. I think that was pretty much his rationality behind it, was everyone else is doing one and it'll be good for his brand, Seven. They've obviously put a bit of an investment into it, like the studio is pretty nice and this, that and the other. But the first episode is very much, there's nothing really in it. It's, I want to hear some shit from James about what it was like being James Stewart when it was at the peak of his career. Like, that's what I want to hear.
Things, you can't just bang it all out in the first episode.
No, exactly. So I think it's going to be I think it's going to pick up some steam. I think hopefully get some guests on where they can like go back and forth about some of those times.
Some insight. Hopefully get Reedy on.
Yeah, exactly. But there's like no insights in the first one. It's a bit just, setting the stage, I guess, for what they're going to be doing. But don't really know what they're going to be doing. It's one of them. Is that all?
We felt we had, everyone else is doing it, so we thought we had to. It doesn't seem like a good reason.
I was thinking about it again, like while I was driving back from picking Emma up, and I'm like, is this sustainable? Will it carry on? It's James Stewart. Does he need to do it? Probably not. Like, is it gonna be one of those things where he goes, oh, this is whatever. Like, I don't need to do it. It might last 6 months. I think time will tell. There's a lot of moto podcasts out there as well, man, and I think a lot of people will be looking at that and going like, right, you've got Main Event, Racer X, Gypsy Tales, and obviously it carries weight to it because it's James Stewart, but at the end of the day, if the content's not that good, it's still not that good no matter who's doing it. Some people are good at podcasts. I don't know if James Stewart is that guy. Traditionally he's been like a quiet person, hasn't he? He's never really been, especially since leaving the sport, he's just kept himself to himself.
But then Mookie, I think, is funny as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah, true.
Like, Malcolm comes across as more funny than James, I feel like.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. My review so far of the James Stewart podcast is, like anything, the first episode's usually a bit all over the place and it's not really got an identity yet. Like, where does James Stewart sit in that podcast space? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, being a former one of the best riders ever, he's got a really unique position.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But is he... We don't know. No one knows. Like, is he good at talking about it? Like, some of the breakdowns he was doing of the racing a few years ago were really interesting. Like, they were really cool. I enjoyed
those.
Yeah.
It seems to me like he's a little bit, not lost, but like he doesn't, like you say, he doesn't need to do anything. So he does these breakdowns for like 5 minutes, like, give them a quick go. Yeah. He wasn't consistent with those, so... Yeah.
And that's the thing with the podcast space, dude. Like, a lot of people come into it and realise that it's not easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's there's hundreds, well, there's probably millions of these things that come and go quite quickly. And I hope that James doesn't do that to this, because it's cool to have him back in the sport, but at the same time, like, is it sustainable? Will he keep it up? Will he enjoy it? Like, who knows?
He's got some insight. Yeah. He's got some fucking wild insight when you think about what his life has been like up to this point, and then even just like how crazy he was when he was at the top of his game. It was I'd love to hear some of the stories.
I think it should be
Fingers
good.
Crossed
Did you ever watch the TV show Bubba's World? That was pretty cool. That was good. It was good insight.
That was cool, wasn't it?
I mean, it was a little bit sort of set up like towards
classic.
The end of it.
Yeah,
it was a bit MTV, wasn't it?
MTV, yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Hey, on that note, you saying there's loads of like moto podcasts and where does he sit? Where the fuck do we sit? Because there are actually a fair few mountain bike podcasts as well. Or should we even mention other people's podcasts? I think it's cool.
No, I think we should. It is interesting because I did this whole story about like how the podcast has changed and put it out on an email and LinkedIn. I don't know if I sent you.
Oh no, you never sent it to me. Yeah.
I'll send it to you. So it is interesting, and it is something that I would like to talk about actually, mate. That we've never actually really spoken about it. We've gone through this whole thing, but not really spoken about it. And it'd be interesting if you have any questions. It'd be great. So originally, the podcast started. I've talked about this a million times, so I don't need to go over it too much for people. But like, it started as a way to promote a business.
Yeah.
It was the Hook It podcast to promote Hook It, to sort of help marketing and generate sales and stuff like that. It started off speaking to friends, basically. The first 10 guests, if you look, are just mates of mine. They're industry people, pro riders, whatever, but they're just friends, basically. And then fast forward quite a while, it picked up quite a lot of steam, and it was like, there's no secret that it was the first real mountain bike podcast, and it was just by chance. Like, it wasn't it just happened by chance, really. And then I think you, and James will probably go through this with his, you figure out who you are as a podcaster and a person. Like, I'm not that guy anymore to try and sit and go through someone's career and, talk about training and bike geometry and all that sort of stuff. Like, that's not.
Do you feel like
me.
you tried for a bit?
Yeah, I did try for a while, dude. 4 years probably. 3 years? 3 or 4
Really?
years?
Yeah, you feel like when you listen back now, you think like...
Yeah, and some of those episodes were probably quite good, but...
Yeah.
It's a lot of work as well, dude. You think, okay, you have a guest every week or 2 weeks, and fair play to the guys that are doing that, Chris at Downtime, for example, and, well, all of the other ones, really, that are doing all the research. And sometimes you don't do too much, but a lot of the time, if you don't know the guest, you've got to have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. You've got to know enough about them. It's a lot of research, and I always say to anyone, sit and have a conversation you don't know with someone for 3 hours. It's not an easy thing to do. Like, it's a practice, it's a skill that you have to sort of hone and adapt and figure out and stuff like that. So it was a huge journey learning all that stuff. But again, you sort of figure out, and obviously when we started doing our thing a little bit more, it was like, no, this is a bit more me, but also it's unique for our space in mountain biking. I think there does need to be
a hang,
exactly. And when you think about it, we've spoke about it a million times, dude, off air. But some of the best podcasts and my favorite podcasts are literally this. You're watching two people just chat and talk about their life, and you go on a journey with them. And yes, we drop mountain bike stuff, and we might have inside knowledge sometimes and stuff like that. But for the most part, that's what I enjoy about podcasts. So that's where I don't know where we fit. I think we fit somewhere in the middle of sort of we're a mountain bike action sports show that sort of, our audience is mountain bikers, let's be honest. It's mountain bikers and action sports people. But sometimes you hear from people who are like, they don't ride, they just listen,
Really,
Which is crazy to think. But,
that's
maybe
like
we cross over a little bit into sort of culture and comedy, I dare say, in a weird way. I know. I don't know. It's interesting, man, when you think... And I think that's what James is going to have to go through. You don't want to be just another...
Like working it out.
Yeah. Another podcast that's just breaking down races. Because, dude, there's Pulp, there's Main Event, there's Gypsy Tales doing his stuff. There's Racer X platform, which has got fucking 50 podcasts on it or whatever. Like, it's not... Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's a bloody good advice to anyone doing actually anything, really, is like... be actually authentic or be yourself, That sounds so cheesy, but it actually is the case, isn't it? Because not only is it important, it's also like sustainable.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
fake it on this thing, man. Like,
no, exactly. That's what I sort of like about
it.
meeting people, because they like, I've met a few people being up the woods digging. Loads of people have come up just to have a look whilst we're doing the work. And a lot of them listen to the podcast and they've said, "Oh, I heard about it on the podcast," or whatever.
Mm.
There isn't any faking really. There's like,
I think
you do know who those people are, don't you? When
you nailed it with that word. It's
feel
authenticity, and you can go through, and I've done it. Doing various episodes about athletes. Oh, one sec. Yo.
I can't move it.
Ollie, I'm just going to have to go and move my car.
Hey, no worries.
I'll be 1 sec.
Oh god, panic. He's in trouble, man. Imagine right now I heard Davy's life be ended by his girlfriend. Just like a huge domestic goes on. Get off me! Ah! Davy? No! And then... Get inside! Round the back! Kitchen, clear! Living room! We've got body down! ID him! Check upstairs! Upstairs, clear! I can't fucking get it on. Too weird, right? Jesus.
Wow. She really fucked the flow of the thing up there, didn't she? Was there a worse time to do that?
During you being downstairs, I just imagined that I could hear you and her have like a domestic, and then her killing you, and then the police turn up, and I was just doing sound effects in the end. It's fucking weird. And I realised what I was doing. I was just on my own doing sound effects into a microphone. Yeah.
Anyway, so sorry, Benny. Nice little cut there for you. But yeah, being authentic is important, and I think I went through that thing of, you know, not faking it. I was very open and honest about a lot of stuff. You know, my whole vibe, even having guests on that I didn't know, was very much a hang. I think that's what I was trying to create.
Yeah.
I didn't want people. I've never wanted this thing ever to feel like an interview. I don't want people to be sat there and it feels like Jonathan Ross, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, certainly by the time you had me on as a guest, it was definitely just a hang. It wasn't like. Yeah, I didn't think any of those episodes were stiff or rigid. It'd be fucking funny going back to those and listening to them, because obviously I didn't know you at all. That was the first thing I knew of you. You know.
Yeah. But people do still listen, which is crazy. You know, you look at the stats sometimes, and you know, let's say episode 4, I'll have like 50 listens in a month, and you're like, who's still going back through this stuff? You know, it does happen. I'd do it maybe with a podcast I found that was about something that I liked. I'd go back and I'd like, you know, look at certain different, you know, episodes and stuff maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of does, but yeah, it all boils down to being authentic in everything you do in life, and I think being open about it is something that I'd like to think that I've been with this forever. You know, I even did the behind the bike stuff, and the behind the bike episodes were obviously about bikes, but I was like, I'm not that guy to be breaking bikes down, geometry, specs. It's not me, but I can talk to people. So it was like, okay, we'll just get people on and just talk about them, not necessarily the bike, but it'll all come round full circle in a way. So, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but I think this now is extremely authentic because we're just ourselves. We just hang out. We just chat shit. We have some fun with it. And
I've made a page of notes. I haven't fucking even touched them. It's pretty weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That happens every week, right?
How long have we been going for, anyway? 34 minutes.
34 minutes, yeah.
Fuck?
Yeah,
maybe we should do more research and try a bit harder. I don't know. Maybe our listeners can help us on that one.
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
Please.
I was about to do that actually. So again, I was going to mention obviously going through this rebrand. You know, if people maybe have seen the mail shot and stuff or read the post, but basically this all boils down to the fact that the podcast pretty much outgrew that name in a way. It wasn't the future for us, and where we sit in this space is, I think, creating more of a brand around the Ride Companion. It's more of a multifaceted thing. You know, we're working on products behind the scenes. We've got our website launching soon. We're going to do like some collab products, hopefully, and stuff.
Yeah,
that's where I see this going. The Hook It podcast was a bit of a barrier to doing anything like that. The logo was pretty shitty. It didn't have much brand identity, in my opinion. Although people, would often even buy like Hook It podcast stem caps and stuff like that, which is amazing, and thank you to everyone who has. It's not a brand identity. It was missing something,
Mate, it looks trick. When you see the icon, I just think, yes.
It's cool, isn't it? Really
looks
cool.
Trick, yeah.
It does,
like
yeah.
it.
And also, I just think going forward, this is us. Like we've found a bit of a groove. I think we've found our little space within this community of mountain bikers. Some people will love it. Some people won't get it. Some people will want more of an interview style. And if you do, it's there. It is there now. You go to Downtime. You go to Pink Bike podcast, Vitals podcast. If that's what you want, like, it's there. But we don't really offer that. We just offer a hang, and we sometimes talk about mountain biking.
Yeah, totally. No, I think that works for me, dude. I don't want to talk about bikes too much.
Also,
I live enough I talk about bikes enough just in everyday life.
Yeah.
I think that's what... that's what
also,
for me is like that we're constantly talking about bikes. So almost this is like an escape. You can talk about even sometimes something more normal, which is...
Yeah, just talk about life. We're all trying to make it through this thing, aren't we? So and also, been brutally honest with the listeners. The Hook It podcast has been a barrier to certain brands coming on board because they look at it and go, well, you're attached to a distribution company.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't. Why would you promote us and we pay you to do that? It was wishy-washy. So now we've made a bit of a clean cut. This thing is always going to be powered by Hook It. At the end of the day, it helps keep the lights on. The promo code will always be there for people to use, but making it a bit more of a separate thing is the future, and that's the way we're going. And we've got lots going on with this thing. We're not just going to sit here and talk shit every week. Well, we are, but there's going to be other things that people will be able to get involved with, right? Like ride days and fucking we are. There's all sorts going to be happening, but that you look at. I always look at. Not to waffle on too much, but my inspiration comes from comedy podcasts. Your likes of Fighter and the Kid, King and the Sting, a little bit of Rogan stuff, whatever. And Gypsy Tales, actually, a hell of a lot of inspiration from what Jace does. And, you look at what that's, Jace, for example, with the brand, like the brand Gypsy Tales is strong as fuck. Like, you want to buy the merch, you want to represent it, you want to show, I listen to this thing, like I'm part of that community. And I feel like that's what we're starting to create now, quite heavily.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Authenticity, man. And again, you can sit here and there's, not to waffle on too much, but I know there's been, episodes I've done with certain guests and they'll bring up, I'm not that guy to talk about like race history. I'm not. It doesn't go in. I'm not that guy. Like, I don't remember what position
not
Greg Minnaar finished at Fort William in 2008. Like, it's not me. But, people will go, oh, remember that race, 2008? And I'm like, you can sit there and it's fake because you're like, oh, yeah. But really, inside you're going, I ain't got a fucking clue what you're on about, dude. Like, I wasn't even into mountain biking then. So, authenticity, mate, is exactly it. And I hope people appreciate that and see that we're just trying to be ourselves and have fun with this thing, It's interesting. It's so interesting, though, how it's evolved. I think it's, even though I'm a big part of this thing, like I'm still fascinated to watch how it's like evolved into how I started with this, into what this is now.
Yeah, and it's a lot of hours spent for you, isn't it? It's like, you've got like a library there of different episodes you've done. And,
hundreds.
And, like you're saying, exactly. And like you're saying, like the earlier ones, probably you did shitloads of like research for and race results and like this and that and background information.
Watching races and like... And, sometimes, being brutally honest, you're not that interested. Like, you get a guest on for the sake of having a big name on. And you're just like, I'm not even that bothered. Like, I just want to sit and chat shit. Like, hear about the fun stuff, Yeah,
absolutely,
Super interesting.
It's cool. I actually think that's... I a lot of the time I think, the fucking internet, man, it's evil. But I actually like having that kind of... Like, it's almost like a scrapbook effect. Like, if there's ever a time in life where you can put your head above water or whatever and look back, then it will be very cool to look back at your Instagram. Like, it will. I know Instagram's meaningless and it's silly and whatever, but it will be very cool to just go back and look through those moments, and it's like a window into your mind back then. What you thought was cool, or how you viewed basically how you projected yourself, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, that all goes back around to authenticity. You know, are you being authentic? It's often.
Yeah.
I don't go on Facebook too often anymore, but sometimes you'll go on and it'll come up with like a memory, and you look at it and you just go, "That's not me. I would never have done that. I'd never have said that. Like, what was I even thinking that day when I put that status on? Because we used to write statuses all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, but it's a weird thing. I feel like because you've got the old us, you know, when we were younger, and there's not much photo evidence. You know, you sort of, there's huge gaps in my life that there's no photos from. You know, you look at, I always talk about racing motocross back in the day. There's no evidence of it because it wasn't even a thing. You used to have the odd photographer at a track, but my dad didn't have a camera phone, or, you know, it wasn't a thing. So you've got these huge gaps. Now we have the ability to do it and document it. I'm kind of anti it. I don't ever do that. You know, Emma's always flat out on the phone whenever the dog or the cat does something, the horse. Every experience we ever do, she's taking photos, whereas I'm the opposite way. I'm like, no, I'm
the
just
same
going to
as you.
see
It really takes me out of it. It takes me the fuck out of it. But then, all right, so yeah, I agree. When the cat jumps on the sofa, you want to just look at it and laugh and be in that moment. When you have children, there'll be something cool about documenting it and looking back with them and stuff.
Yeah. You brought a kid up in 2 episodes. You getting broody, bro?
Yeah. No, I was thinking about us. Like, I don't have footage of when, like, my family never had a video camera either. And so I've got no footage. But it would be funny to look back now to have footage of me. You know, for instance, I'm not saying it's linked to me riding bikes now, but I rode bikes without stabilisers at a really young age. And it would just be really rad to have that, like, moment where, like, that 2-year-old or whatever is, like, pedalling around.
I was thinking the same thing when we watched the Stevie Smith film, because there's loads of footage in that of him racing BMX, first riding a bike. Yeah. And if for example, I was Stevie and I'd ended up, you know, living Stevie's life and being one of the best riders in the world and unfortunately passing away, the documentary people would be like, you've got nothing. You have... what are we going to work with? You know, what are we going to work with? So it's interesting, isn't it? So there's a fine balance. There's a fine balance.
There is a fine balance. You don't want to be one of those motherfuckers that walks around with the camera the whole time and like is like, talk to the camera and pointing at their children. But it would be cool to document, like, I think, parts of life like that. I think it would.
But then there's that other link to it, so you don't necessarily though have to be posting it on social media all the time.
No,
I guess you can just.
That's what's funny
take
about it. Those cameras
and keep it.
If you think about what video cameras used to be, it used to be just recording stuff and keeping it. Like, you know what I mean? You didn't like make an edit or anything like that. That was reserved only for the professional. It was literally just a home video camera was just exactly
weird,
that. Yeah, it is weird.
Really strange.
Just like a memory bank.
I think about this stuff all the time, dude. I'm always mulling it over, especially when, again, going back to authenticity and social media and how you're projecting yourself. Not necessarily on my personal stuff, because I don't give a shit. That's just me. But especially on the actual podcast thing, because yes, it's the podcast, but it's just, I think people will know it's just me. Like, it's not, we don't have anyone doing that for the podcast. That's just me just messing around most of the time. And I like to try and keep it a very accurate reflection of my personality, which is quite sort of, I'd say, sort of chill and funny, and I'm not saying I'm funny. I don't mean that at all, but light-hearted. Let's say it's not too serious. And then I like to be a bit of inspiration for people, and because again,
it's hard, man. And the tone of voice is tough when you see like someone running a company Instagram, and you're like, "Whoa, this motherfucker's boring." You notice straight away.
You do.
You're just like, "Well, that's a failed account." Not because the person's doing a bad job. In theory, they're ticking all the boxes, but it'll just have no personality, no tone of voice, no anything. You're just like, ugh. Have you seen the Manscaped? This isn't an ad. Are we doing an ad today?
Yeah, we can insert it here. Manscaped.
Manscaped! No, Manscaped social media is funny as fuck.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. And also...
Like, it really is. It doesn't take itself seriously. No. It would be weird if it was like, Manscaped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like,
it's actually exactly the same. It's really tongue-in-cheek. There's a whole... you know, like most brands, they have a sort of brand sort of pitch deck, not a pitch deck, but like guidelines. And the whole Saks thing, there's like a language basically developed to be sound like sax, you know?
Saxy.
And you try and replicate that though, because there's, for me, and this isn't an ad either, but there is Sax Global, but I often look after the Sax UK Instagram.
Yeah.
If you try and replicate what they're doing just naturally, it's so hard because it's just not right. Like, you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they've got a team that does it.
You're aware. Yeah, it's probably because you're aware that authenticity is actually important. Like,
yeah.
As soon as something comes out of your mouth, and you're just like, ew.
What I liked about what you were doing in the, in the early stages of sort of meeting you and stuff was, you still do it now. I'm not saying you stopped doing it, but I loved like your captions were so. The caption was almost as good as the post. You'd be like, what the fuck's he written? I really like that. That was like super authentic. Yeah. I thought that was really authentic. That was just
definitely.
Manscaped!
We never get it in time. Introduction.
Okay.
Oh. Boop. Start again. Hey fellas, this episode of The Ride Companion is brought to you by our favourite producers of ball trimmers, Manscaped. Join the global leaders in below the waist grooming, in leaving 2021 behind and entering 2022 with a clear mind and clean balls. Special offer alert, by the way. Use the code RIDECOMPANION20.
That's it.
For 20% off, free shipping at manscaped.com. 4 million men already trust Manscaped. Time to join.
That's right, Ollie. This is Davy's part. 2022 is on its way, and the last thing you want is to be the guy with pubes getting in your way of making this year the best yet.
Don't let it happen.
2021 sucked. Yeah, and that's why Manscaped are making a splash and upping your grooming game. Their Performance Package 4.0, headlined by the signature Lawnmower 4.0, is here to take down every pube in its path. Dog, every pube in its path. Oh, man.
These are good, dude. Head to manscaped.com and the code is RIDECOMPANION20.
That's right. And dude, just to emphasise this point, there's still time to grab Manscaped products. It's going to make a world of difference to us as a podcast if you can pick something up. You can still get them in time for Christmas if you're quick. They're offering next day shipping, dude, as well for free. You know it. Be right there in your house, ready to tackle the pubes. If we can keep these guys on board for next year, it would be a huge help. So why not? Treat yourself, treat your pubes, treat your balls. Manscaped.com.
Or your fanny.
Did you say fanny? And on that note, Ride Companion 20. Treat your balls, treat your fanny.
But a lot of that is just, like it. I think, definitely, I think anyone who uses humour or anything is probably just dealing with some form of deep insecurity. No, but it's like it's an uncomfortableness in posting. I tell you what, dudes that fucking like the smell of, or they think their shit doesn't stink.
Yeah,
it's a tough thing to follow. People posting inspirational quotes and this and that, like song lyrics and then a picture of them with their tops off. That's like as far away from how I feel about myself as physically possible. You know what I mean? I'd rather make a small dick joke and then a picture of me riding.
Yeah. It works though, and you've almost created your own little niche with that. I think that people try and replicate that, and it's hard. Like it's not an easy thing to do. It's tough, isn't it?
It's funny, isn't it? It is funny, but like you say, as soon as you become like a manager of like a big account on social media, I love seeing like Tesco's respond to people's.
That's funny.
It's always fucking good, isn't it? We should actually find some of those. That'd be quite a good segment at some point.
Yeah, it would. I love when they like the two massive brands talk to each other and stuff like that. I think that's good marketing. That is a lot of it. Seems to happen on Twitter, but I think that's really funny. Why not?
I've typed in big brands tweet back. And we've got 10 brands that excel the art of the comeback on social media. It is
Awesome.
good though, isn't it? I like that
good.
shit.
It's good marketing, that. It's, the fact that we're talking about it shows that it works, to be fair.
Yeah, it's dude, isn't it? It's so true, yeah. Right, so Netflix is apparently one of the top ones.
Right.
They've posted on this thread. They've posted one that I don't understand, a comeback, but they are funny. Like, the comebacks are fucking funny. I thought there was just going to be a list of like Tesco's shutting people down, but
I feel like Lidl are really good at it. I've seen that
a
few times, that the Lidl team are pretty good. Aldi, I think they have banter all the time. The Lidl and Aldi thing.
Like, who have they got doing these jobs? They're quick-witted, but it's like they. Like, that's my favourite shit. Is like, when you come back and it's completely sucker free. Like, it's not funny just to clap back. As a big brand, it's not funny just to like come back and be petty or non-PC. It's really good to have an answer that's witty, but it's also watertight. So it comes back, and the person, you can tell the person just sat down, just like, fuck.
It must be weird when you've got a following like that. I know Elon's pretty funny at it as well. Like, he'll go back at people, and I mean, the whole thing he did with solving world hunger was pretty much probably the biggest flex ever on social media. It was like, I'll solve world hunger, show me how to do it. I'll do it. It's the biggest. Imagine being able to do that. It's a huge flex.
And he's like, like, he's not even responding to a person, is he? He's responding. Who was it that wrote?
It's like the World Food Organization,
which is literally like a company that specialises in this exact subject. You know what I mean? Like, every bit of data, and he's like calling them out. Like, go on.
It's fascinating, really, isn't it? That you can have a bit of an insight into how these people are. Again, talking about authenticity, you know that the world's richest man, maybe first or second, is actually quite funny, and he has a personality. It's really cool to see. Whereas a lot of the other people, I mean, good luck hearing from most of the richest people in the world. They're just.
I mean, he's a fascinating character, isn't he? Because he's like, he obviously, like, a lot of different like boundaries have been by his success has sort of like got rid of a lot of these different boundaries. So you just approach him with a problem, and then he'll come up with a solution, and like that's what his life is. It's like problems and solutions. It's not artsy fartsy, I want to make an electric car, it's going to be so sleek, this and that. That wasn't it at all. It's like a really basic problem. I think what I like about smart people is that ultimately it always just comes down to numbers, and I like it and hate it at the same time, because I'm very not numbersy. So it sort of like highlights the fact that I'm just not smart.
Yeah, but smart doesn't necessarily mean numbers. I don't feel like. Smart doesn't necessarily mean you're good at numbers. You can be smart in a lot of different ways. You know, you can be smart.
Yeah.
I was having this same conversation last night.
But the people that really solve shit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I think it is interesting though, because you've got this whole, I guess, culture of, you know, you're only labelled smart if you have certain accolades, degrees, a job, maybe necessarily, you know, but.
Well, money as well. Like, it's
money, that means you're smart if you've got money. But it is interesting. I was literally having the same conversation last night, because I'm considering doing a college course. So
yes, what are you doing? Please say health and beauty.
No. So I have 0 qualifications. I'm not smart. Let's just put it out. I'm not smart, but like I have zero, dude. You know, I did my GCSEs, and the day after I left the country, I was gone. Like, I'm done with it. Didn't get even good GCSEs. Everything was a D, I think. I think I got all Ds. So yeah, on paper,
all the Ds at school.
All the Ds at school, dude. I took them all. So on paper, idiot. Like, idiot. Straight up idiot.
So you're up for it now. You're up for a bit of a fucking.
But this is what I was trying to explain last night. So, you know, I've run a couple of businesses and whatever, and do this and do that, but I don't actually have a qualification in any of it at all. Like, I don't have a business degree. I don't have a marketing degree. Nothing. So I really want to have, and I think it does take a long time for you to realise that you actually want to learn stuff.
Yeah, fucking right. Do you think back to school just like, oh, why are you such an idiot? Just like, try and learn French, because then you got French. Like, exactly. Even then,
you could have come out and actually had
Dude,
you know,
what
you
the
do
fuck?
it for years and have one
It's
word.
perfect. Schools set you up to be an absolute slayer. Like,
In a
you
way,
could have just
yeah.
learnt French, gone from 16, then you got 2 years to experience the world. Then 18, you end up in a bar speaking fluent French to a French chick. Boom.
Exactly.
Job done.
But at the time, you don't even comprehend that. You just sit there.
No.
I mean, I used
think,
to
oh,
just
they're
sit
trying
there
to
in
fucking-
body, but my head was, I don't know. It wasn't.
I used to think, fuck, they're trying to make me learn stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why are they trying to fucking put information in my head?
I
Fuck
just
off.
want to ride my bike.
Yeah. I don't want to learn it. Get away from me.
It's true.
I'm going to draw bike jumps. You know,
It's
like,
true.
what's the fucking point? Just learn it, dude.
It's true.
In fact, if we have any listeners, I don't really know what our listener demographic is, but if anyone's at school, fucking make the most of it. It's the bollocks. School's the bollocks. It really is.
It is. Because I guarantee most people, if you're considering it, you'll fuck school off because you're over it. You just want to hang out with your mates, ride your bike, whatever. But you probably will. It might be 10 years, it might be 15, it might be 5, but you'll go, oh, I wish I had a qualification. Not even for the job, it's just so you've got something. And I don't have anything like that.
And also, it's also like in hindsight, looking at life, it's not like it's like easier to not learn it or to learn it. It's like it's the same thing. It's just a period of time where someone's trying to give you guidelines of how to learn something.
Yeah.
So just do that. You're not doing anything else. When you're going to have to sit in a room anyway.
Yeah.
So rather than taking that hour, I wish I could tell my young self this. Just grab me by my fucking stupid head. If you're going to sit in that room for an hour, you might as well just be a sponge, take as much information on board. And I know school's not for everyone, and certainly lots of teachers and their styles were tough, but
Awful.
equally,
Awful.
were they tough, or was I like, part of it was me being unwilling,
Yeah.
you know, to learn
Naive.
French. It was me thinking,
Totally.
I don't want to fucking learn French, I don't like French.
Totally.
I wish I could speak French. I wish I had the experience of being 18 and I was in a smoky jazz bar
Yeah.
and the girl
I
comes up to me.
often think about, certain science, for example. I don't know anything about science at all, but sometimes you sort of, especially at the moment when we're learning about viruses and whatever, you're like, I wish I had like a base knowledge of this.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
But
yeah.
our science teacher, we used to lock him in the store cupboard for the lesson, and then we'd let him out. And then we'd let him out at the end. That's what we used to do.
There's no way that motherfucker was going to teach you anything. Jeez.
It wasn't going to happen. So I'm considering doing a college course.
Right, please, let's... Maybe we should fucking make this into a thing. I want to know what
No,
the college
I'm not
course is.
I'm not committing to it. 100%.
No.
I'm
You
at
don't
like
have to.
50.
You don't have to, but I'd just like to know the one that you're... Let me try and guess the one that you're going to take. All right? Yeah? Okay. So, are you going to take... Okay, it's not health and beauty. Okay.
Health and beauty.
And what level is this at? It's a college course, so it's A level?
I think it'd be... I think so. I think that's what... I don't actually know. This is... Dude, I'm early stage of looking into this, and I've just been inspired by someone that I know actually to do it. So that's the reason.
I think it's fucking cool, like doing like the evening university. Or were you going
That's
to
what I'd
actually
be.
go?
I'm trying to do an evening one because the
You're not
thing
doing the
that'll
packed
hold me
lunch
back.
thing, the whole packed lunch, the whole
not doing the packed
bus
lunch
thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that hard. Hopefully, I can do it in an evening. That's the because I don't have time, and that's what's put me off in the past.
Yeah.
I just don't have time to do it. I can't have a day off in the week. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's got to be an evening.
All right. I think it's going to be... I was going to do loads of funny guesses, but it's fucking boring and hacky, isn't it? I think it's going to be a marketing, advertising, or psychology, or something along that, like consumer psychology or something like that.
Nice. No, you're wrong. So I would like to do that, though. Genuinely, I would. But again, I'm going to sound like an idiot here.
Is it going to be broadcasting?
No, definitely not. Okay, so the thing is, I feel like with doing those sort of courses is it's changing too quickly. So whatever you learn...
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
It's done. So I want to do something quite basic. So my plan is to do catering because I love cooking, but I don't know how to do it properly. I love cooking.
Way, wicked.
I love cooking. I love feeding people. I like making food for people. And I want to be able to understand what's actually happening in front of me when you're making food. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, my hobby, I'd love a little hobby of having a little van making tacos for people.
Oh, that's cool.
Not even for money.
I like that. That wasn't what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do it. It's not even about starting a business. I'd just do it because I want to do it. Like, I'd enjoy doing it. So anyway,
that's cool.
And just something else to channel some energy into.
Yeah, you're doing it then. You're doing what you wished you'd done at school, which is good.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, I don't want to make this about me and my qualifications, but
you did uni.
I did, but once I did it when I was 22. So I tell you what, there wasn't a lot of money in mountain biking back then. I'll be honest. I was surviving on, the truck was running on fumes full time. Every time the tax bill came up, I remember it was 120 quid, but that was like, fuck! I do. I remember it was like terrifying. Yeah. Or if you got a puncture, you were just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't have lunch now. Literally can't. So anyway, I was. But
you were dedicated to the cause though back then, right? You were in it. You were a professional mountain biker.
Yeah, I mean, also doing as.
Or you just didn't have a job is the other way of looking at it.
Yeah, I was on very little money, and I was making money through photo bonus for being in magazines.
Yeah.
So it was pretty tough. It was
fascinating.
It wasn't a lot of money. So I was also doing building site work, and I was like, all this shit. Anyway, so I was like, fuck, I've got to get my shit together. Like, I think by that amount of time on a building site, I was like, because I really enjoy practical work. I actually do. When it's a nice day. When you're on a roof, you're doing roofing, and the sun is shining, your shirt's off, you're bumping a load of tiles up with some mates. Life is good, dude.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Nice.
I could honestly see myself doing that for years and years to come. When it's freezing cold, it's the morning, you've got to move a load of plastic, it's got ice on, and you've got bricks, and you've got to go up a slippery ladder. Like, I couldn't see myself doing it. When I was 50, I was just like, I don't think I'll be. I need to try and explore another avenue. So yeah. I went to university and did graphic design from 22 to 25. So I think I was like a mature student.
So you did the whole thing, as in you were there Monday through to Friday, or?
Mate, it's bullshit. The one I went to is an art. Obviously, it's an art subject, so it's like. Yeah. I'm not saying this is why I picked it, but a lot of people pick it with a blindfold on. I want to do that one. They're not
really.
Like I was completely. I love graphic design. I still absolutely love it. I follow it. I read graphic design books. I find it really interesting. And so it was pretty tough, to be honest. It wasn't like I had a lot of friends on the course, and there was probably like 3 people with actual talent that you knew were going to get a job. Yeah. And that must be tough as a fucking tutor, because. Yeah, I'm not knocking people trying shit, but like if you don't, something like graphic design's not like you can just quickly learn it. Like if you're shit, you're shit. It's like Steve's, isn't it? It's tough.
Totally.
So yeah, you just fucking. I wanted to take some of these people and just be like, yeah, like imagine actually doing that at university. You're wasting your time. You're never going to be a graphic designer. You're fucking shit at this. I wish.
I wonder if they do that. If some tutors just say it how it is, man.
Yeah,
it'd be like me going and doing a painting course. If they didn't tell me I was shit at it, I'd be really disappointed. They'd be like, "You could be there for years and not produce anything any good, but they're just taking money off you."
10 years of these horrible, fucking, goofy, smiley faces. No one saying anything. Everyone knowing the same thing. I like an element of reality, I know blokes are horrible, and we particularly in my group of friends, we're quite hard on each other. But there's something nice about just having people call out your shit. It's something refreshing, dude. It's like a fucking cold shower,
Yeah, totally. I'm with you.
Someone says, I remember when I was little, like people would do something with their hair, and then if you did something with your hair and you were trying, or you were, making an effort, you're trying something out, you're like feeling yourself. You got so much shit, and it was just like a cold shower. It's so good. It's like, yeah, you're right. I was trying it out, and I fucking feel like a knob now. But yeah, that's what I can't imagine being a tutor.
No, the worst, mate. The worst. I had a massive reality check with mine. I had the biggest reality check. So that same guy that we used to lock in the cupboard, he was. We met him out. So Looking back, he was probably the nicest dude. Like, he was lovely. Can't even remember his name, but he was really into outdoors stuff. So he was into kayaking, climbing, you know, which we were into as kids, as like young people as well, right? We'd go climbing in the Peak District and stuff. And I remember we used to give him every week, dude, so much shit. We'd lock him in places. We'd set fire to his feet, like all sorts of shit.
Me. What did he teach?
Science.
Oh, okay.
And
what are you doing is an important subject, dude. It's the world around you.
So many memories of him just at the front of the class talking, like teaching, and not a single person in there paying any attention at all. We're just doing our own thing. We're setting things on fire. We're throwing things. It was awful. When you look back, it was awful. But this guy, we ended up, me and my mate, who was also really into climbing, his dad had a climbing shop in town. We ended up seeing him outside of school at a climbing wall. I remember it clear as day. And we saw him and we were like, oh, hey sir, nice, you alright? And he just looked at us with this dead stare because we just made his life hell.
Oh no!
And there was a real reality.
So
there was a real reality check of like, I'm actually a bad person because he doesn't want anything to do with us. Not even in the school setting. He just thinks,
oh no!
Fuck off,
what a shame! I was hoping it was like a nice.
No, he just dead stared us and was like, yeah, we made his life hell, dude. It's terrible. I no doubt everyone's got those stories of being at school and, you know, playing with teachers, but also
the teacher I used to the subject I used to fuck with. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
The subject I used to fuck with was RE, and it wasn't like ultimately like that subject should be able to teach you a lot about the world, but my RE teacher was a devout Christian. So what the fuck are we doing? She's only going to teach me one. It might as well be Christianity. Yeah, it's not a lesson. Oh no, I don't want to listen to that shit. I want to hear about the other ones. Fuck me. The spicy ones, the interesting ones, the ones that have shaped the world, and not just this fucking boring one that we have to. Hey, look, to each their own. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm, you know, quite aware of what Christianity is growing up in the UK.
We had like a whole school, sort of not a shutdown, but like this huge like assembly because in everyone's. This was weird actually. This was kind of like before the social media thing and like word traveling around really easily. Someone made a sort of an idea that we'd put the same. Everyone in the school would put the same sentence in their RE GCSE and the same.
Such little fucks.
Yeah, and I don't know how I still remember this, but I think it's because it made me laugh so much. So everyone in our school. Almost everyone, might be one or two outliers who didn't do it, put in their RE exam, I'm not a puppet, I'm a real boy or girl. So they they called this huge assembly and were like, what is going on? Like, how has every single person in this school got out this sentence into an RE exam? It's really cool, man. It's super fun. Yeah, we're a good school, actually, when you think of it like that. Like, it was funny. We just do stuff like, you know, as
I like that.
Big groups of people just messing around. Anyway.
I did jokes in my RE exam, and I just think, like, that's a missed opportunity. I could have learnt about the world. Yeah. You know?
But again, if they're not teaching you about the other sides and, like, Buddhism, because again, looking back now, if you go, oh, you want to go to school and learn Buddhism, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, that sounds amazing. I'd love that. But yeah, like you say, it's just preachy. It's just this is it. This is the narrative, and that's what we're going to tell you about.
But then equally, if there was something like RE really should be so many different things. It should be like yes, faith, but also like spirituality and like elements of history and cultural significance of certain religious traits or what, you know. There's loads of interesting shit that you like. Now you get to 18 and you're literally travelling the world to find out these things.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
and then at school you're just like, cultures and stuff. RE, fucking bullshit. Yeah, let's fucking write about our dicks in the exam. Woo.
Talking about forgetting things and stuff, and this is so embarrassing. Do you know what the things are? You know, like we have. You know, like we have Easter.
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Probably another couple. Do you know what they are? What is this? Do you know what Easter is?
Did he get buried in a hole?
Exactly.
And then the bear. Wait, let me get it right, dude. Let me get it right. He got buried. Okay, because I'm pretty. I think he got buried in a hole, and then the Easter rabbit, dug him out, but that only made a small hole. So then the Easter bear, the lint one,
Yeah.
the lint one made the hole bigger so that he could get out, baby Jesus.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And there's the other one, isn't there? Was he playing noughts and crosses on one of them, and he lost and ended up doing something with a cross? I can't, dude. I honestly couldn't tell you what they are. I have no idea what Christmas means.
Christmas is okay. Let's do the nativity with Olly Wilkins. We need a jingle. Sam Wolf.
No, we don't. Sam Wolf. No, we don't.
Right. So the Christmas, nothing to do with the cross, mate. Don't make it into fucking.
No?
It's not. No, it's about baby Jesus away in a manger. No. Bread for a cake, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head
and feet.
And then he's in the manger, and Joseph and Mary are like, "What the fuck? I haven't even fucked you yet." And no, they are literally. He's just having this conversation. Like, he's literally going through every single, like, milkman, Deliveroo driver. He's going through every single one. Who is it that got you pregnant? You know, because he's like blue-balled by now, Joseph. He's a carpenter, for fuck's sake. He's like, goes to work on site. Everyone's talking about shagging birds, and he's just there like, Mary won't do it. But a bitch is... she's pregnant. Anyway,
we used to call her Frigid Mary on the site, right? Yeah.
And then, mate, I don't know, like loads of bloke bought some presents to him, the wise men. I remember that. The wise men bought presents, and then
frankincense, incense, and
myrrh, which I think is some derivative of the Manscaped refined ball.
It's a good gift. Good gift. Yeah, 3 wise men turned up with some sacks, Manscaped, and a new bike.
Yeah. Oh, on that note, a new bike. I think we're done with my nativity, because that's when my understanding runs out. There's probably some bits we need to cut in there. Who knows?
Who knows?
Right. So, on the note of gifts, just like the 3 wise men travelled across the desert to give their gifts to our Lord, baby Jesus, we are walking across this desert of life.
Yeah.
And we wanted to fucking really finish off this year with a nice cherry on top of this turd. Didn't we?
We did, mate, yeah.
Stick it on top. And our cherry comes in the form of... Actually, should we be revealing this yet? We're not doing the whole contest this week,
No, we do it on the next one, but we can tease it.
Let's announce what we're giving away, shall we?
Yeah, let's...
Right, next week we're giving away probably our highest value prize ever, isn't it?
Yeah, easily, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. We're giving away a Focus Jam CSL, that's right. Just like the one in the background here, the pink one. We're giving it away. So huge thanks to Focus Bikes, specifically Mosif. Mosif. See what I did there?
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's all come full circle.
That is good, yeah.
Wow.
So Mosif, myself, and you, we are the
2
3
wise men and Mosif.
Yeah.
Benny's
exactly,
Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Benny's Mary. Actually, Benny's got a baby Jesus vibe about him, hasn't he?
Gen
we're giving
Jesus.
away. Yeah, exactly. Jenny Jesus.
Gen Jesus.
So
Yeah, man, that's mint. Let's just not gloss over
that. It's
that.
going to be good.
It's epic. We're going to be giving away a Focus CS.
And this frame is, a Focus Jam CSL. This frame is incredible.
Sick.
It is absolutely incredible. It's 150mm travel bike. It's made for 27.5 wheels. It's insanely light. I've got to be honest. That pink bike right there is mental light.
Really?
Have you ridden
Amazing.
one? Have you ridden a CSL?
I don't think so. No. Have I?
No,
I don't think so. I didn't even hop on yours at Freedom Ride for a lap.
Am I making it up? It's SL. I think I've added a load of numbers there. I think it's just a Jam C, Jam Carbon. What am I doing, SL? What am I sticking the...
That's the limited edition version. What we're doing, SL.
SL, yeah, that's the limited... Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a jam C.
Even, dude, it could be whatever. It's just the sickest gift ever for Christmas. So we're going to be doing it. Wait. We're going to help a listener kick off 2020 right with a brand new frame. Which is insane, dude. So gnarly. And we might have a few other bits to throw on there, but we'll sort that out after. But
yeah, absolutely. We wanted to build it up as a complete bike, but just with this pandemic and shortage of parts and less time, we couldn't do it, could we?
No. Dude, I'm hyped. I mean, the fact that we just say that out loud to me, you know, we talk about, not to get too deep, but the podcast coming full circle and its growth and stuff. I'd never, ever expect that we'd be sat here with the support of such an amazing company, an amazing listener base. And I'm very honoured. I'm extremely grateful that we can do that, because that could make a massive impact to someone that's struggling at the moment with bikes. And do you know what I mean? Like, absolutely, too right. Yeah, it's a massive thing. So I'm very, very grateful, and I hope it's going to go to the right person that really deserves it. Definitely, if that makes sense. So we'll come up with a cool way of entering. We need to make a we need to design a competition that the winner ends up the most deserved. Exactly, we do. Deserved sounds like a word that was used in the Bible, doesn't it? Deserveth. Yeah, deserveth. Lays down his deserveth head. Right. Should we just do a quick winner of this sax comp? Let's do it, dude. It's playing, actually. It's me. That's me playing. Don't know how to turn the volume off. Have you ever been around someone when they open up their Safari or open up their phone and it's just like, I have twice, two different people, and every time it fucking gets me on the floor crying. I just think, you stinker. I can't believe that. Oh dear. Just open it up. I found someone in here. You know, we asked people to say, the annoying thing is this competition hasn't been up long, as you probably guessed, people. We are recording on Sunday morning. I only put it up Saturday evening, quite late. It's not had the most engagement as I was expecting, but I think people are going to be continuing to enter, even though we're going to choose a winner right now. But yeah, thank you obviously to everyone who has entered. It's a good prize, isn't it? It was like 40 grand's worth of pants, wasn't it? Yeah, 32 testicles taken care of. Yeah, Jesus. So there's a person that I really want to choose. I read through what she'd wrote. So at Autumn Girl MTB, and she wrote, Ben Matthews, as my husband, I really want to make sure your balls are always supported. Plus, you've had a bit of a shit time recently. There's other ways you can do that, Autumn Girl, but you can also use the pants. Plus, you've had a bit of a shit time recently with illness and thought I'd give you that lift. Of course, I don't have balls myself. I feel it's fair for you have all the pairs of Sax underwear if I won. So, Ben... Oh, that's very nice. He's obviously been going through a shit time, so if we can make his time a little bit better with some underwear. I urge you, though, to hand some out to friends if you can. Please, use them as Christmas gifts and stuff. But there you go, Autumn Girl, MTB, slide into the old DMs and I'll get you these Sax underwear out. Congratulations. All right, there we go. And thanks to Sax, by the way, for these giveaways. I do enjoy a good giveaway. I just like seeing that people are hyped. And it's and again, it's authentic. We ain't doing it for no other reason other than we can just give people things, which is, I think, a really nice thing to do. Could have just kept them. Yeah. Could have sold them. It's 480 quid. You could have sold them. We're just giving them away, mate. We're just giving them away to people. So I really like that. I like it when and there's nothing like winning something like that. I can't say I've ever won anything really. No, I don't. In terms of I've one of those. Won much. No, I've not entered many giveaways or contests or stuff like that. I remember winning one when I was a kid. It was amazing. I used to be in the Sam Ermolenko fan club. He was a speedway rider. He was an American speedway rider. He was my favourite guy. I won a jumper. Nice. Oh man, it was so sick as well. It was bright white. You know, all the colours, like a NASCAR jumper. It's dope, man. I used to wear it all the time. It was really amazing. Sick. I'm going to start entering giveaways. I think there's people online that just literally are professional giveaway enterers. No doubt. They enter contests. So they're pro contest winners. Should we, while we're doing this, should we tell people about the Christmas ride? Yeah, good idea. Look, we're ticking through the list now, dude. Yeah, and then we'll do a few listener questions and we'll wrap this biatch up. Absolutely. So the Christmas ride's going to be pretty... it's going to be quite a informal affair, isn't it? Yeah, informal affair. Very informal affair. Nothing too crazy. And it is going to be at the Forest of Dean
That's right. And it's going to be on the 22nd of December.
22nd of December. Now,
can't
I've
wait.
never visited the Forest of Dean.
Have you
So
not?
is there a place that everyone should meet? Is there a spot? Is there
Oh, that's a good point, Dave. That's a good point. Should we meet at the... Yeah, there's a cafe. So,
Okay.
should we say aim to get out riding at 10?
10
that
sounds perfect.
madness?
10 sounds lovely. Yeah,
Okay.
so meet at the cafe at 10 a.m.
Sounds brilliant. I like this.
Meet
This
at the
is
cafe
like-
between 9:30 and 10.
and it is a small event. No,
Yeah.
we don't know if like 900,000 people will turn up, but somehow I doubt it. It's last minute. I think it works like this. It's nice. And sorry if you can't make it, but don't worry, we'll do many more.
Yes, of course. It's a Wednesday. Obviously people are going to be at work. If you can make it, it'd be amazing to come and to meet some of you guys. Again, pretty informal affair. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to go for a chilled out ride. Don't think you have to be a professional like Ollie or whatever. Just come along, enjoy the day. Let's just have a couple of hours. Then we'll have a bit of food or something in the cafe.
Done.
And meet some people, and then we'll bounce.
It'd just be good to hang out, wouldn't it? Ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm going to get us a
9:30.
guide, dude, so we can maybe get off-piste, find some cool trails.
Oh, sick. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll try
Okay.
and find us a guide.
Okay, so Forest of Dean Cafe between 9:30 and 10 a.m. We'll see you there.
I'll see you another time.
We'll see you there. That's going to be sick. Looking forward to
Look
that,
forward
hopefully.
to it.
Fingers
The
crossed the
Ride
weather holds
Companion-
out for us. You never know, but
Yeah.
if there's any updates, we'll keep you posted somehow.
Yeah.
The Christmas ride. I wrote this down ages ago with the ho 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 dub
I like that. That's solid.
and
That's solid.
Rudolph.
You're good
like
at them. You are.
that. Yeah.
I've got my
Okay.
notes here. We've got through loads of my notes here. It's really good. And I haven't even brought them up. You have.
Oh, good.
So
Nice.
you're ticking off my bits. I bet I don't tick off your bits, do I?
You sometimes tick off my bits, mate. Have you got any listening and watching just to throw in there? While
I do.
We haven't done one of those for a bit.
I have a watching, which is a really good one because they're like, I can't watch TV for too long, but we have, like, if I have an hour in the evening to unwind, I like having a series, right?
Oh, you do, yeah.
So the series is a good one. It's called You Don't Know Me. It's on BBC iPlayer, and it's about a Londoner getting involved in gang violence without meaning to. So it's pretty cool.
Know me. You don't
Yeah.
know me
On
Netflix.
BBC iPlayer.
iPlayer.
Yeah, that was a really
Okay.
good one. It was one of those ones where I think I talked about it before, like where you're just like so uncomfortable by what's going on. You're
Okay.
just like, oh, stop it, please, no. Oh, don't do that. Oh, when he's doing that, it's that feeling. I don't
I'll
know
let
if
the
you like that
listeners
feeling.
enjoy that one. No, I hate it.
You
know I
hate
do.
it, don't you? Yeah. Yeah,
It makes my skin crawl.
yeah, me too. But I kind
Yeah.
of like it. I like imagining I'm him and what I would do. I really
Okay.
like
Okay.
stuff like that. And then my listening is The Locks, Money, Power, and Respect. That's The Locks, Money, Power, and Respect.
The Locks. I will put that in. I
LOX.
forgot to put a few of them in. I've forgot to put a few in recently.
Yeah, I noticed it's all just fucking meatloaf, dude.
Yeah, no, just
Meatloaf and Cher.
appreciation. My watching is
Yes.
a show on Netflix, which I really enjoyed watching a few weeks ago. Actually, now it's a sort of documentary. It's called The Ponds. Now I've got a bit of a speech
I don't
impediment,
know
so I'm
this.
going to say that again. It's called The Ponds. Can't say it. So like
Okay,
a
so
like a
that's
pond in your garden.
PONDEDH.
The ponds. I can't say it. The ponds.
You really
Okay.
can't say ponds.
It's really
can
in
you?
people's head now. I really struggle with that. Ponds. The ponds. Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's
you're
like a
killing
pond
it
in
then.
your
That
garden.
was good there, yeah.
And the ponds is all about a swimming place in Hampstead Heath. It's really good actually, and it's about these three areas you can swim in London called the ponds. It's like natural swimming, so it's all about old people that are going to this area that are really finding sort of value in the community that's there, that are finding a lot of value in doing cold water swimming, but also warm water when it's summer. So it's about
Yeah.
people who swim there all year,
Oh,
going through each
nice.
season. And it's so cool, man. There's some amazing stories of old people that are sort of struggling with injuries or, just basically things that happen when you get old. And this place is just like a haven for them to just feel better. And
Oh,
it's really,
wicked.
it's
Sounds
really
good.
touching. There's some lovely stories. It's about an hour and a half long. The Pond's on Netflix. And then my listening is I'm going to throw some throat singing in there again because we've not done it for a while. So I'm going to go for Tuva Groove, and the track is called Ondar, Ondar. It's random, but I think people will quite like it. It's a bit of a jam.
Nice.
I'll throw that in the playlist as well. Yeah, I know you won't listen to it, but it is good.
No, I do. I do, and I've actually got. If I go on Spotify, I can listen to the playlist, right?
Yeah.
Even if I don't pay money on Spotify.
Yep, correct. Yeah, it's free.
Fantastic, because that's
Can
what
make you
I meant to ask you that.
I can make you a thing if you want. You can put your own music in there.
I don't know. I don't think I'm logged in. I don't know my password.
It's tough. All right, let's do a few listener questions.
Boots and cats and boots and
Listener questions. That was all right, man. I'm impressed. Again, only threw this up last night, so there's not as many as we'd usually get. But there's a couple of good ones that I saw already this morning. So, at Dans_stuff, who do you think has the best back garden bike playground? Matt Jones, Bren, Sam Reynolds. It's not Sam Pilgrim. But yeah, I don't know. I've not visited any of them. So tell me, Ollie, have you visited some and what are they like?
So, I think my current favourite is probably Sam Reynolds.
Right.
I would say. I'm trying to think of the best. What would you do with the backyard? It's quite difficult because obviously you love biking, but like
It's
you
the
really
dream,
want to
man.
jump right outside. Like Sam's is the dream because it's like land that he owns, but it's not right outside. He still has a lawn and stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah. You got to have a bit of both. I mean, it was always the dream, man. Growing up, you think, I'm going to buy a house, can have this land, I'm going to build all my own shit and stuff. So it's probably still is the dream. I'd have a pit bike track though for sure.
Yeah,
I'd definitely go pit bike track. But I feel like Sam's looks quite varied, which is cool. I guess it's on a bit of a hillside, so there's a bit of a downhill thing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily just want a pump track, for example, because I bet even if it's in your own yard, get pretty sick of it after a few days. You'd be like, done it. So I think the fact that
I feel like I can vividly imagine what I'd build. Like I'd be really relentless when it comes to building and stuff.
Dirt
in my
jumps,
own garden.
for
oh
sure.
My god, yeah. And I'd want it to be in woodland. I actually, interestingly, because of where I've grown up, I find open spaces quite miserable.
Right.
I truly do. Like a field to me is just fucking wet, and I don't like seeing really far. Like I fucking hate Vegas, where you can see all the way out and it's just flat, and you just see those lights, and you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I like to be like nestled away in hilly woodland.
Nice. Okay.
That's my dream one that I'm imagining, and subsequently then I'd just have jumps like weaving through the trees and stuff, and you'd be able to see a bit of it from my house, but not like, you know, I wouldn't have the rolling on the roof or anything. I wouldn't want that. I want a bit of separation, but that would be my dream.
Okay, I like it. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean about fucking open spaces or not at all?
No, I do. I don't like wind that much. So
Yeah, wind fucks, exactly, yeah.
wind's wank, innit? You know,
Yeah,
when wind's
'cause
going
wind
through,
can
like
get
in your ear
fucked.
and stuff. Get
Yeah, I
fucked,
tell
wind.
you what,
Wind's
get
bad
fucked.
for everything.
We're going to have, well, you say that, but we're going to have beef with the kite community now.
Yeah, probably are. Yeah, fuck kites. I hate kites as well, actually.
Yeah, fucking kites.
Always hated kites.
Let's see if you can
Terrify
be a
me.
pro kiter. Do you know they used to sort of call stuff pro? I always used to think this, right? This is fucking stupid. I always used to think this with like toothpaste. They have like an edition that's like pro, and I always used to think, what the fuck do you mean? How can you be a professional tooth cleaner?
Yeah.
How can you be a professional toothbrusher?
True.
There's not like pros out there that turn
like
up with
Colgate
ironed shirts on with loads of logos on. Yeah, there's Colgate Pro. Pro what? Pro, what are you professional at? Or does it mean professional? I'm being stupid here, aren't
Quality.
I? Yeah, but what quality of what professional? I'm being stupid.
I wonder what the
This
difference is
means-
between a pro toothbrush and a... Maybe it's just like a bit more ergonomic, a bit...
Yeah,
You don't hit yourself in the gum as much, I don't know. It's
I
fair point.
actually what it really means is for the professional, for the young professional. That's what it means.
Oh,
I'm being
Does
stupid.
it?
And I'm glad we worked through it, dude. It's like therapy, these things. I got a new toothbrush the other day. My one's got a metal handle.
Oh,
It's still manual. I still go with manual ones.
Yeah.
It's got a metal handle and then replaceable head. And it's all like... It's
that sounds nice.
It's very heavy metal handle. It's cool. It's designed so you keep it, and it's all made out of recycled stuff. Yeah.
That's cool. I don't use those. I use this is one of those weird, what's it called, where you only buy a certain colour of something or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I've only ever had pink toothbrushes.
Oh,
I'm really weird
yeah.
with it. I'll only ever have a pink toothbrush.
There you go.
Don't ask me why. I just do. So I always
only
know
have
it's mine
green.
as well. Then
If there's a colour, I always have green, but it's
There you
because
go.
Mum used to give me green ones, and that was always. I was green.
yeah, like
Henry
there's a
was-
3-pack, so there's like green, red.
Yeah,
pink or
Henry was
something.
blue. I think Oscar was red or purple, and Lucy was pink. And that's all
there
of
you
my
go.
siblings.
There
So
you
there
go.
you go. Yeah.
That's probably why I don't have siblings. I just liked pink.
There you go.
Dave Voller S4P. What's the average volume of pig ejaculate?
500 millilitres, and this is a conversation I had with Dave last night. And this is the sort of fact that George drops at parties.
Oh, does she? She is
Yeah.
the life of the party, eh?
She knows how much a pig ejaculates. Don't ask me how, all right? Don't ask me how. But thanks for that question, Dave. Fantastic
thanks,
question,
Dave.
and one I'm often asked.
So, at Deadpool 2E, so before the 2022 season starts, who's moving teams and who's going to win? DH only. I've actually got a bit of inside knowledge that I'm not allowed to share about a team swap.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I wish I
guessing
could.
that it's...
I'll tell
I'm
you off
guessing
air
it's
and then we'll...
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a syndicate move. They're the only rumours I've heard are
Yes, it is actually.
syndicate-based.
It's a syndicate move. So you
And
might know it.
I know a few other rumours, but they're not... Well, actually, no, they are, yeah. I guess interesting. No, I don't think I can say any of them anyway. But there's lots
The
of...
Brendan
rumours, aren't
to
there?
Carrera thing. Everyone
Yeah,
knows
there's
about
that
that.
one. There's always that one, yeah.
Everyone knows Brendan's going to
No,
Carrera.
we should just do every rider to focus. We should just... Hey, that's a good idea. That's like guerrilla marketing. You just start up a company that just spreads bullshit that everyone's
could
moving
use
to
this one.
focus. And then... Should we do that? Should we do that?
Yeah, we
Because I've
could.
heard... Because... all right. Maybe
Let's say-
cut that bit out. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
I've got news.
Yeah.
Apparently, Loic Bruni is going to be joining me on the Focus Bike squad. Ah,
That's massive.
dude,
Wow,
I can't
dude.
wait.
Team
Apparently, signed the
rumours.
contract. Okay,
Really?
now,
Team
yeah,
rumours.
now we do the next clip.
Do you think sometimes when you see Loic Bruni, you see a hint of Freddie Mercury?
Do you know, I'm struggling to not think of the Freddie Mercury that was not in the best shape. That's the Freddie Mercury that I have pictured.
Okay.
So Loic Bruni is in fantastic shape. So I'm not with you on that currently.
I see it.
Freddie
Anyway, who else is
Mercury,
moving
Loic-
to focus?
Yeah, good point. Apparently, Semenuk has been
Oh,
sniffing.
that'd be a good one.
He's been knocking on the door. Semenuk's been knocking on the door. He wants a contract for a 22 season with Focus Bikes. And now the next clip. This is fucking ridiculous. This is.
If you could sign, okay, so let's say the powers that be at Focus, Ollie, they call you up, Ollie, dude, fuck, we've decided we're doing it. We're having a downhill team, but we can only have one rider on the squad. Who do you sign?
Oh, it'd just be the homies, wouldn't it? I can't sign anyone on the homies. You know, I want to go on trips and hang out. Ultimately, that's still my main kind of motivation.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Stuff. Who would it be for you?
Oh, I don't know, man. To be honest, someone super random.
This is good.
Again-
We're going to have to start getting into predictions zone soon, and we're going to have to start covering mountain bike news because we've not got a lot of mountain bike news at the minute.
Not a lot happening.
Not a lot
Not
happening.
a lot
no.
going on. Off season, innit? Everyone's chilling.
Yeah,
Seen a lot of people
yeah,
out training already there, which is quite cool.
Fucking yeah, they're amongst it. Well, the season starts early, doesn't it? So we've not really got very long time at all.
Does it start early? Does it? I honestly don't.
Yeah, I think
haven't
April.
looked. Is it?
think
Yeah,
so.
I've seen like Danny Hart and that are all
Maybe
out
even end of
training
March,
already.
it might
and-
be- yeah, wrong. If it's real soon, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we'll no doubt cover it in depth for everyone out there.
Oh yeah, we've got all the information, dude.
All the info. Okay, a couple more. That's weird. What?
Well, whose name are you going to butcher next?
At Match Poll. What are your most memorable podcast moments? Most memorable.
I think live on air finding out that Deeks sells his pictures of his feet was up there for me. Yeah, that was pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
And also the Warner episode, I feel like we laughed quite hard.
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? That was so much fun. I feel like for me, I was thinking about this just the other day, the moment that we got Drunk Santa on and everything just became hilarious after that for me. Like the moment that he appeared on our screen and I just couldn't hold it in.
You're just like, what the fuck are we doing?
And at the same time I'm thinking this was £250. What are we doing?
Can we pay to join us on Christmas episode this time?
That's true. We should have a guest for the Christmas episode, shouldn't we?
Yeah, who can we pay? Surely on Cameo you can
Deeks,
pay like
Deeks
some sort of,
okay.
Like
Yeah,
I was thinking just some
celebrity.
Z-list celeb, just that we can have like a normal conversation with, not even bike related. Michael Flatley has Michael Flatley got Cameo?
Oh, I wonder. We'll have a look. We'll find out. Did you see that Gymshark did that? Did you notice that bit of lovely marketing that Gymshark did?
No.
For Black Friday they got a load of Z-list-ish celebrities to say happy birthday to a person called Jim Jim Shark, and then they made this whole video about it, and it was
brilliant.
Really good marketing. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, we could reach out to some. Let's try and reach out to some people, man.
Let's have a think. We'll have a think off air.
Yeah, we'll have someone on for Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah. Is there a question? I can't even remember what the question was.
Most memorable podcast moment.
We've had so many. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, we have.
I'd like to hear your most memorable podcast episodes. No,
that'd be a good one
moments.
actually for the Christmas
for the
episode.
listeners.
So
yeah. No, I'd like to hear
below.
who enjoyed what the most, because I actually don't. You know, I am here for every episode, but I don't listen back to all of them. So,
when you say all of them, do you mean any of them? Same.
I'm in the moment, dude.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Oh, I think Pete would be a good guest at some point. I feel like Steve's pretty down to come on here now.
Yeah, he'd be good for sure. We should get Pete on.
Yeah. We've also just got to mention that we had Dave on. Dave was awesome last episode, and by the time this episode comes out, the actual Dave video edit will be out.
Oh, good. So we can talk about it, right?
Yeah. So we
100%?
can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, so that really made me laugh having Dave on, because Dave is actually an actor. And poor Dave had to make up answers. So he's just being grilled. Dave is a professional actor, and he's one I met when we were filming that video that's out now for the new Focus Jam Squared.
And there you go. If people haven't seen it, we'll put a link in the show description. But no doubt you'll have seen it by this point as well. But that was so funny last week, man, having Dave on. Because like you said, it was hard because you didn't know what you could ask him, because you didn't know what he'd know the answers to,
exactly.
because he's not a rider at all.
Mate, I was tongue-tied, and then he was... And I was just thinking how bizarre the situation is for him. It's almost like he's like lying. Like he's like with two authentic people, and then you got this other guy that's just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about mountain bikes, but...
It's a fair play to Dave.
I mean, what a rad campaign, though. Like, the whole idea behind it and everything. And like, he did enjoy riding, so he did share some of that experience and that, like... It was cool.
Amazing campaign, man. So many like facets to it as well. If anyone's not already following Dave, it's on at Not So Arty Dave on Instagram.
Yeah.
The fact that they've gone to that extent of creating a character.
Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it?
I think
it's so
fascinating.
Good. And that character represents a huge number of people now. The people that have joined us since maybe the start of the pandemic, or people new to mountain biking, or people just new to EMTB.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I've got my bike over there that I can now stop hiding in the background, because every time we record I'm like scurrying around trying to hide bits of equipment, so I've just got that's a hell of a bike. You've got one coming as well, haven't you? Jam Squared?
Apparently apparently probably in the new year, so that's good. To be honest, right now I'm enjoying not riding the e-bike, because
Yeah.
I'm unfit, which we're going to
Yeah,
find
getting
out
back
at the
amongst
Christmas
it.
ride. I'm going to be at the back getting towed around because I'm not fit.
Why don't you bring the e-bike? Then we can
Nah.
all chat.
Nah, not doing it.
I'll do that. Okay.
Not bringing it. Not bringing it. No, I'm sticking with what I'm on. I'm
Fair enough.
muscle through.
Do you know what I'm
So-
about to go and do, dog?
What?
I'm about to get back in the digger after we stop recording this. And let me tell you, since we last recorded, all I have done is got in a digger and been digging all day up at SV Bike Park in Milford. And finally, I think yesterday, I had, after 6 days straight, and like I'm a building site digger driver, I don't mean that any form of disrespect, but I'm not like a shaper or like a, you know, I'm useful in a digger, but I'm useful at piling dirt, moving material. Yesterday, I had like the Neo moment, the I know Kung Fu moment, where I can now shape. And sure, I'm not as neat as some other guys, but it was incredible. It was so cool. It just clicked. And I was
Wow.
moving around, and like the order that you do stuff in changes, and you end up polishing stuff up and getting the sides and the top and the
And
back
it just clicked, as in, it literally just clicked, or you had someone there.
No, it was really interesting. I just realised I could do it. Like, I realised I was thinking in a, because when you anyone who drives a machine, and I guess maybe some of our listeners will, there's like an order that you do stuff. You have to be really organised. You have to be like, right, I'm going to track in here, I'm going to do that bit, and then as I come out, I'm going to clean everything up as I leave, because otherwise you end up with just big piles everywhere. You know, I'm talking like 4 wheelbarrows worth of piles that just comes off the edge of the tracks in like a metre squared or whatever. Like, you completely fuck everything up with a big heavy machine. So, and then it just all just clicked. It was so rad.
Wow.
It's so good. And then I was just shaping stuff, moving backwards as I go, and making everything. It was only really yesterday that I
Amazing.
got it.
It looks good from the photos I've seen. Like, it looks amazing down there.
Oh, it's
man.
brilliant.
Good work.
We've got a lot, and we've got such a good moment to thank all the people that have been up helping out, like the B1KE team. We got Fards' crew, a crew of helpers: CA Greenwood, Seb Yates, John Davis. Like, it's so cool. I'm in a machine the whole time, and it's been bad weather. It's been sideways rain, and those dudes are just out there slaving away. Like,
God bless them.
yeah. It's cool. Good
It's some
team.
love.
Good team.
Raise a glass to the trail builders out there, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Keeping it going for the masses. All right, man. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
It's been
nice
one
one.
of
I've
my
enjoyed
favourite
this one. It's
episodes
been
for a
great.
while. That it's been really
enjoyed
nice.
it.
Looking forward to seeing people. Don't forget, if you share the love. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a share. It really helps the podcast keep growing. Is there anything else? Don't forget the competition. No, we haven't got a competition. Yeah, we've got a competition next week.
Next week, get ready.
Epic.
Get
Still need
deserving.
Christmas gifts. Don't forget Manscaped. Don't forget to follow Ollie and I on Instagram, social media, all that stuff. And hopefully we'll see you at the Christmas ride on the 22nd of December, 9:30 to 10 at the cafe. And we'll go for a quick ride out.
And if you can't make it, I won't take it personally. Don't worry about it. All is well.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening.
We'll be doing more.
I
All right,
treasure.
peace.
I treasure your friendship. Is that a good ending?
Yeah. Say it again, a bit more meaningful, and then I'll end it.
Okay.
I treasure your friendship.